Bowen is at the centre of a very significant region. We're halfway between Mackay and Townsville. We're halfway between Rockhampton and Cairns, for that matter. We are at the centre of a very vibrant, growing region in North Queensland, and Bowen has the advantage of the relaxed country town lifestyle. We don't have traffic lights and traffic congestion. The quality of life here is just outstanding.
Blue water, white sand, green trees, palm trees, but the lifestyle about Bowen, it's fantastic.
Okay, we're outside the Bowen Shire Council, and what better person to speak to about Bowen than the Mayor himself? Knock, knock.
Hello, mate, how are you?
You must be the Mayor.
Welcome to Bowen.
How are you going?
Fantastic.
That's very good.
Take a seat.
That's a very loud shirt.
Tropical Friday. It always is in Bowen on Fridays.
Really?
Yeah.
So how do you get Tropical Friday?
All our businesses, all our local businesses join into the tropical theme. So if you go around town and see anyone in cafes and all that, just adds to the image and gives a good feel for people leading up to the weekend.
Well, I reckon we should go down to the street and check out Bowen and see how it's all going. We'll have a chat.
Could be dangerous.
All right.
No worries.
So, mate, Bowen's a pretty exciting place to be at the moment.
Certainly is, mate. We've got a lot of things on the go. We've been chasing a lot of industrial development, a lot of tourism development. As you can see, with our beautiful beaches that you would have had a look at this morning, fantastic spot to be in. And just working on the industrial side to create a few jobs and make sure that the town can take off.
So a lot of people today that I've met have suggested that you've been a real positive influence on the town. So there you go, there's a compliment for you.
Oh, fantastic.
How does that make you feel getting into the job and then doing your best for the town?
Well, mate, the biggest thing we had to fight here was negativity, and a lot of people always try to concentrate on the negative side of things, and you've got to keep that out. You've always got to be positive and just keep going and going and going. And if you do that, if your town leadership does that, people will follow you. And we made a concerted effort when we first got in is not to have a negative story for the first 2 years, and whatever happened, we just run with the positives, and it was our job to put the spin on it. And then the community then gets up and then says, well, there's a good positive feel here, because we've been through a lot of hard times, lost a lot of jobs in the early days, but we've come through now, hit the rock bottom, and now we're on the way up, and things are on the move.
Now, you're a former coal miner. Obviously, the coal mining industry in this area is very important now that it's announced that it's going to be expanding, and obviously coal in demand worldwide.
Oh, it certainly is. The prices have gone through the roof for coal now, and we're looking at Abbott Point expansion, the missing link, which there's 55 rail jobs alone, train drivers. Then you've got the port access, the port facilities, that would be an increase as well. So there's a huge flow on from that. The missing rail link, we've got about 70 kilometres of missing rail link to hook up, and that will bring all the coal our way as well. So it's not only important to the state, but it's important to the nation as well, because there's good dollars coming from those export tonnages. So yeah, we're going to be in for our chop.
Speaking of missing linkage, there's not a lot of accommodation around and available for people that will be coming into town to work with their families and so forth. So it must be exciting for you to see developments like Whitsunday Shores.
Oh yeah, and it's one of the best spots on the coast to have a residential subdivision. If you can walk out of your back veranda and have a look at that view there, I think there's 5 or 6 islands you're overlooking. It's absolutely spectacular. So it's good to have that land opening up. As you say, there is a bit of a accommodation shortage, so we've got a few good DAs on the go with unit accommodation as well as the residential stuff. So it's all coming together at the right time.
And it looks like to you that it'll fill up pretty quickly.
Oh yeah. The early signs are good. A few house and land packages, and a lot of investors come in the early stage. So we'd like to now convert that into bricks and mortar, and I think it's going to be a great spot.
Now, Dave, apparently, I know the Mayor's a nice bloke and we got to catch up with him, but you're the one that actually is responsible for making Bowen tick. You're the main man. When it comes to infrastructure, tell us how well Bowen's going.
Well, Bowen's been experiencing a period of fairly rapid economic growth after what has been a slow few years. We currently have an expansion of our coal port at Abbott Point underway with an increase in the capacity from 15 million to 25 million tonnes a year. In conjunction with that and following on from that, there's a feasibility study, an EIS underway for the development of a new rail link that will link our coal port to the rest of the Bowen Basin coal industry, which will enable the further expansion of the mining industry and mining industry jobs in the region. There's about 110 odd jobs in those two projects alone. We have a company that's undertaking the development application and EIS process for a development of a significant marina down at our foreshore harbour area that will incorporate a commercial and tourism marina and associated retail and commercial precinct. We have ongoing development of a significant aquaculture industry in the Shire. We currently have 2 large-scale prawn and fish farm developments in place, and another 2 that are under construction this year. And those 2 new projects will deliver us about 120 new jobs within the Shire. So there's a range of new infrastructure and development activities underway. We also are wrapping up the feasibility study for the development of a new irrigation scheme to bring water from the Burdekin River down to Bowen to provide a solid base for future industrial and agricultural development within the Shire and around Bowen. And I guess the final one to mention is the establishment of an industrial land development precinct around the port of Abbott Point to enable us to foster the development of additional large and heavy industrial activities to the north of Bowen. So the economic future for the community is looking really quite bright.
With all these people coming to Bowen, explain to us the shortage of accommodation for housing, whether it be buying or rental.
Well, one of the issues that we identified 6 years ago when we began our economic development program was a lack of available housing stock and available residential land. And we saw that as a constraint to our economic development. So it's magnificent to have developments like Whitsunday Shores in Bowen that can meet that need for residential land. I mean, we've had businesses that have had to slow down their expansion plans because of a lack of available housing stock, and the new subdivision will go a long way towards achieving that.
Not only that, Whitsunday Shores, the way it looks and being one of a unique area in the whole country when it comes to waterfront properties. It's very exciting for both people going there to live and also investment properties.
Absolutely. Look, it's a magnificent location and affords a fantastic lifestyle. Bowen is at the centre of a very significant region. We're halfway between Mackay and Townsville. We're halfway between Rockhampton and Cairns, for that matter. We are at the centre of a very vibrant, growing region in North Queensland, and Bowen has the advantage of the relaxed country town lifestyle. We don't have traffic lights and traffic congestion. The quality of life here is just outstanding, and the demand for land and for rental properties in particular is very strong.
Well, it's been great catching up with you, and thanks for the cup of tea.
Welcome.
By the way, do you want some sugar?
Thank you.
How's that, eh?